Imagine that you have just pressed the play button, and in the first seconds, the atmosphere immediately feels tense. If you want to understand how public pressure can turn into the most painful silence in the entertainment world, stay here until the end, because this story is not just about rumors, but about how one brief moment can shake the career of an idol in the eyes of millions of pairs of eyes. Winter's name from Aespa suddenly returned to meet high-volume searches on various platforms. Keywords about Winter Aespa, BTS's Jungkook, K-pop idol dating rumors, extreme fan reactions to SBS Taejun 2025 jumped sharply. It all started with a rumor that surfaced earlier this month, a rumor that initially sounded like regular gossip in the K-pop world, but slowly turned into a silent storm that hit one person head-on. In the Korean entertainment world, dating rumors are nothing new, but whenever two big names are involved, the effect almost always doubles. Winter, who is known for her cool yet elegant image, professional on stage, and always appeared confident with Aespa, suddenly became the center of debate. When rumors about his closeness to BTS's Jungkook spread, the public reaction was split. Some are neutral, some are supportive, but not a few are showing disappointment. Many thought that this wave of negativity would subside over time, like other idol rumors. However, what happened in SBS Taejun 2025 proves that the wound has not completely healed. The evening was supposed to be a celebration of music, light, and cheers. Aespa steps on the red carpet with elegant fashion, a face full of professional smiles, and an undeniable aura of stardom. When it was the turn of the introduction, each member was asked to greet fans in a different language. Winter appeared first, introducing himself in English. Seconds passed, and what was heard was not cheers, but silence. A silence so clear that it was deafening. Then, Ningning spoke, to a standing ovation. Giselle followed, the cheers getting louder. Karina introduced herself, and the atmosphere came to life. The contrast was too sharp to ignore. The video of the moment quickly spread, went viral on social media, making its way to the main pages of global discussions. Keywords about Winter silent reaction, Aespa red carpet moment, and SBS Gayo fans' reaction immediately jumped up, indicating how much the public was curious. This is where the story becomes more complex. Many netizens interpreted the silence of fans as a form of unwritten punishment due to rumors of dating BTS's Jungkook. For some, the silence is perceived as an expression of disappointment. But for others, the moment feels cruel. They see an idol who continues to carry out his professional duties, but must receive cold treatment in front of the camera and thousands of pairs of eyes. The reaction of international netizens was sharply divided. There were comments that said the fan reaction was natural in a highly protective fandom culture. But not a few also strongly criticized, calling the act a dangerous form of passive bullying. The discussion widened, no longer just about Winter or Jungkook, but about the boundary between fans' freedom of expression and idols' mental health. In the midst of all this, one big question continues to hang. Do the rumors, which have never even been confirmed, deserve this kind of treatment? The world of K-pop is known for its image discipline and high expectations, but this moment reopens a long-standing discussion about the pressure idols, especially girls, have to endure. Winter did not make controversial statements, did not show defensiveness, and nevertheless stood on the red carpet with a calm smile. It is precisely that calm that makes many people feel that the moment is even more painful. If you think this story stops there, you're mistaken. The emotional teaser is precisely in the long-term impact. After the video went viral, buzzwords about idol protection, toxic fandom, and fan ethics were discussed again. A lot of new fans are starting to find out more about Aespa, about Winter as an individual, not just as a running rumor. Ironically, the silence that some people intended as a punishment actually expanded public attention. The story is tense not so much because of screams or open conflict, but because of the silence that speaks louder than words. Winter stood in the center of the spotlight, becoming a symbol of how one rumor can change the energy of a room. For viewers, this isn't just another viral clip. It's a mirror into how the entertainment industry and fandom influence each other in sometimes unexpected ways. If you're still listening to this point, you're probably feeling the same tension. This story reminds us that behind the magnificent stage and the music we enjoy, there is a real human being with emotions and limits. Listening to stories like this is not to judge, but to understand the broader context so that we are not trapped in misleading conclusions. At the end of this story, a simple but important invitation needs to be conveyed. If you enjoy this kind of in-depth discussion, which not only pursues sensation but also tries to see the human side behind idols, support this kind of content by staying tuned to the end, sharing wisely, and discussing without hatred. That way, we're not only raising retention rates, but also helping to create a safer, more mature, and empathetic fandom space. And when the camera finally turned to another angle, many people thought that the moment would soon be forgotten. But in fact, it was precisely after the end of the event that the wave of discussion grew even greater. The short footage is replayed many times, analyzed frame by frame, as if every second of silence had a hidden meaning. This is where the power of digital storytelling comes into play. The algorithm pushed the video to more screens, making buzzwords about Winter Aespa, Jungkook's dating rumors, and fan reactions at the awards show skyrocket relentlessly. Interestingly, part of the audience began to notice small details that were previously missed. Winter's facial expressions remained restrained, her posture firm, and her manner of waiting for the other members to finish the introduction. No signs of anger, no provocative gestures. Only professionalism is silent. Many then wonder if the silence of the audience is really intended as a punishment or actually creates a much greater empathy than they imagine. The discussion shifted to a broader topic, about how female idols often receive double pressure, about different moral standards when rumors involve male and female idols, about how fandom, originally built on support and love, can turn into a cold space when expectations are not met. All of this makes Winter's story feel relevant, even to those who aren't fans of Aespa or BTS. On the other hand, BTS's Jungkook name also continues to appear in related searches. Many realized that while the rumors involved two parties, the impact felt much heavier on one side. This sparked a new conversation about the inequality of public reaction. Some netizens began to voice concern, emphasizing that unconfirmed rumors should not serve as a basis for judging anyone. But as is often the case in the digital world, emotions often move faster than facts. Increasingly, the story is no longer just about one night on the red carpet. He turned into a symbol of the pressure of the modern entertainment industry, where every movement, silence, and expression can be interpreted by millions of people with different points of view. Winter, without saying a word, actually sparked a global discussion about empathy, privacy limits, and fan responsibility. For the viewer who survives to this part, there may be some discomfort that arises. Not because the story is sensational, but because the reality feels so close. All of us, as entertainment consumers, have a small role to play in shaping that atmosphere. Every click, every comment, every time we share a video without context, everything contributes to prolonging the echo of that one brief moment. And maybe that's where the real tension lies. Not on the rumors themselves, but rather on the questions that remain after them. Does the silence on the red carpet really convey the message fans want? Or is it just opening more people's eyes about the fragile side of an idol who has always looked perfect? This story continues, not on stage, but on our screens. As long as people are still searching, watching, and talking about it, Winter's story on SBS Geo Taejun 2025 will live on as a reminder that behind the glitter of K-pop, there are real emotional consequences. If you feel a story like this deserves to be understood more deeply, not just consumed quickly and then forgotten, stay a critical and empathetic audience. That way, every minute you spend watching not only increases retention, but also carries greater meaning.